you suffering from any illness, a physical, emotional, psychological? Are you suffering from any illness, cancer, anything? And you've been praying and praying and nothing has happened, and therefore you question God whether he still heals. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of churches who are against that, who say that they don't believe in healing anymore, that the healing stopped after Jesus left the healing. There's no more healing. But that is so false, because if God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, if he healed people before, he's going to heal again. In scriptures, it says God is not a respecter of a person. So if he healed Lazarus, if he raised Lazarus from the dead, he can still raise people from the dead. He can still heal people. So what's the problem, you're asking? The problem is with your faith. Go to Mark 5:25. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing bettered, but rather grew worse. When she had heard of Jesus, came in the press behind, and touched his garment, for she said, if I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. I shall be made whole. I shall be healed, she said. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, who touched me? And the disciples said unto him, thou seest the multitudes thronging thee, and sayest thou, who touched me? And he looked around about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, continue. Mark 5:32. And he looked around to see her that had done this thing, to see who touched him, because he felt something, the power went out of him. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him, and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Another translation, daughter, your faith has made you well. It is your faith that has healed you, he says. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague. Now, this, the most important thing here is what Jesus said. He said, your faith made you well. Technically saying that I had no intention of healing you. I didn't even know you. I didn't know you were going to touch me. Your faith healed you. It's not always that God designs to heal you in your life, or to answer that prayer that you've been praying. It's sometimes it's what you grab of him, what you steal from him, basically. What you take and what you want and what you fight for in your prayers. Jesus had no intention of healing this woman. Jesus did not even know her. There were thousands and thousands of people, as you saw. The disciples are saying, what do you mean, who touched me? Everybody's touching you. You can't even throw a needle and you're saying, who touched me, Jesus? He said, no, someone touched me. Do you touch God? Do you touch God in your prayer? Can God feel you? And just because God doesn't touch you, you could touch him. He doesn't have to touch you. Sometimes you could touch him. How do I touch him? You touch him through your prayers. You touch him through your diligent prayers and your faith. And your faith put on the finished work of Jesus Christ. Everything has been finished, ladies and gentlemen, on the cross, okay? It's up to you to grab your blessing. It's up to you to grab your healing. It is up to you to grab your prosperity. Everything was done on the cross 2020 years ago. That's it, okay? You could grab your blessing. You could touch Jesus. Just because God doesn't touch you sometime, guess what? You go to him. You touch him. God said in Job, When Job said, "Where are you, God? Where are you? Where are you? Why aren't you healing me?" God said, "I'm here. Where are you? Where have you been? You come to me. Sometimes I don't come to you." Faith will do more. Somebody who has absolutely nothing, who has no power, who has no money, but has faith in Jesus Christ and on the finished work, that person has more power than all the wealth and all the presidents and all the kings of the world. With faith, we may have the same infirmities and sickness, me and my friend, this other person, but I will be healed, and that has happened to me sooner than that person. That person can spend all their money, all their time, all their power. They'll still be stuck with that depression, stuck with that acne, stuck with that flu, stuck with that fever, and you name it, stuck with OCD. They will never get healed. But me over here, just because of my faith, not because of me, my faith, I get healed. I've been healed many times from severe acne. As a matter of fact, this is how great God is, ladies and gentlemen. My skin looks better now than before I had the acne. My skin looked better after the acne, which is impossible. I had severe cystic acne. It was disgusting. I couldn't go to work. I couldn't do it. It was just an embarrassment. For like a year, I've been that way, and I went to doctor, and they prescribed medication after medication, and I refused to take medication, and I stopped going to any doctors. I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm going to be healed. God is going to heal me, and he knows when he's going to heal me. And I would wail and cry and wail and cry and beg, and all of a sudden, one day I woke up, I felt like my face was being healed, and it was just absolutely perfect, and like in like a month, and it's getting better and better. That's how great God is. My faith healed me. I assure you, if I place my faith on the doctors and taking the Accutane, which causes depression, which causes suicide, most people whom I know who have taken Accutane, they have so many problems now. That's really bad for you. Don't take Accutane. People who have acne, they're struggling with other sicknesses that has been as a result of that Accutane or other medications. I bet you, if I relied on that medication and did what that doctor told me, you could do that. It's your business, but I didn't feel like I didn't feel that God wanted me to do that, okay? If I placed my faith on that Accutane, I could have still had acne, like many people. I probably would have still had acne and with scars. God didn't just heal me. He gave me more beautiful skin and got rid of all the scars, ladies and gentlemen. It's your faith. Your faith. You grab your healing. This Christianity is all about faith and placing your faith on the finished work of Jesus Christ on the cross. Just as you are saved by simply putting your faith on the cross, and you're saved by grace. You're not saved by works or anything. You are saved by grace. By putting your faith on the finished work of Jesus Christ, you're saved. So if you're saved by faith, then you are also healed by faith. Do you understand? Your healing comes from faith. Jesus heals you because of your faith. When Jesus went to his hometown in Jerusalem, he couldn't heal many people because he said they have no faith here. You're saying he's God, he could have healed them. No, if they have no faith, the healing won't work. The healing won't work. It's through faith. You're saying now, I did all of that, and for years and years, I'm sick. I have this infirmity. I have depression. As a matter of fact, I was healed from depression too. And I've been praying and praying, and I believe in Jesus Christ, and with my faith, I've been asking for my healing, and nothing has happened yet. I mean, I have been praying for something for over, 20 years, and it still hasn't happened, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop praying. He says, keep knocking. Jesus says, keep knocking. Okay, I'm going to be persistent. I'm sorry. I'm going to be persistent. Don't leave. The day that you stop praying for that, the day that you leave, that might be the day that he was going to heal you. You understand? I don't know why. Maybe it could be he's testing our faith, or maybe you're supposed to be in that position. Maybe you're supposed to have that sickness. Had you not had that sickness, you would have been dead. I don't know. We don't know. People that question God and say, why doesn't he do this? Why doesn't he do that? Prove it in the Bible. Well, some things it's up to God. Even Jesus said some things are a mystery. Some things God does not reveal to you. It's a mystery. He cannot reveal it to you. But I promise you, you will see the bigger picture in the long run, or even in the short run, in the future. Trust me. God always, I don't know why, keeps your blessings, keeps the best things in your future, in the latter days. I don't know why, but even living with God, walking through this faith, my life is getting better and better. Okay? When God blesses me, he never blesses me the same way that he blessed me before. He always exceeds my blessings and my prayers. When I ask for something, one thing, he gives me 3 things. And then he gives me 5 things. And then he gives me 6 things. Don't ever stop praying. Be obedient to him. Have a desire to please him. These are all the things that you should do. Tithe. Tithe. I will bet my life on it. People who don't tithe cannot be blessed. They might look blessed on the outside. They can never be blessed. They can never be blessed. Tithe. Follow the things of God, like I said. Don't stop praying. Praying with faith. If God has no intention to blessing you with that blessing or healing you, guess what? He gives you the opportunity to take it. You have every right to take it. Jesus has paid it all. Everything belongs to you. Take it. And if it is his will, you will get it through your faith. Through your faith. Take your healing. That lady touched him and said, I'm going to be healed if I touch him. She didn't say maybe. She said, I'm going to be healed.